Hi everyone, welcome to my show tonight. I just wanted to show you that this is the tag that we're working on. And we'll be using several Cheery Lynn dies to do this tag. And the newest flower that I'm going to be teaching you tonight is the peony flower using 3 Cheery Lynn dies. This is one of my favorite quotes, and it says, "A bird doesn't sing because it has an answer, it sings because it has a song," and it's by Lou Holtz. So that's what we are working on right now, and I'm using, just to show you, this is the Coved Rectangle Classic dies. You get 6 dies in this, and they're stackers, which means one fits inside the other. These are just 3 of them. And then I'm using the butterfly lace die for the butterfly, and I'm using the sunflower die, the Sweet Williams die, and the stacker 5 die makes the peony. Let me hold that up. Here's the peony.
Hubby says send Ray over, they can go fishing.
That would be a good idea, Denise. Okay, and then these are 2 of the Cutie 2 rolled flower dies that I use to make these flowers. And these leaves are from the Flourish leaf strip. And they all can be found on my blog. I'm going to hold up my tag to my blog for those watching the recording. It's because every picture has a story to tell.blogspot.com. If you look to the right of my blog, I'm trying to get my pages set up so that you can purchase right from there. And what I've done is allowed you to add products to your cart instead of having to order and pay for every single thing separately. So the Cheery Lynn flower dies are all on one page. This bird cage, along with the bird, let me put it up close, is a chipboard element that I also have for sale on my blog, and you can find that under this and that. So I'm going to show you how to make this tag tonight, how to make the flower. And if you have any questions, you can just stop me. So here's the bird cage, what it looks like when you get it. I have these for sale on my blog. They're 5 for $9.99, and it includes shipping if anyone is interested. So the first thing that I did was I cut out, these are the dies, the dies that I'm going to be working with tonight, and these are stackers. So one fits inside the other. Hi, Bonnie. So the ones, this is what they look like. And the ones that I used was the second to the smallest, the 3rd one, and the 4th one. So you get 6 of these. These are awesome to use. You can make tags with these. You can use them on your layouts. They're fun and easy to work with. So the biggest one, right here, let's see. I put the sizes down on my blog, but it looks like the biggest one is 5 7/8 by 7 1/2. So this is the largest one that could run through your machine without needing any kind of an extension. So what's neat about them is, like I said, they all stack one inside the other, so you can make a layered tag, a layered ticket, a layered anything at all that you want. So what I've done too, just to show you, I didn't want to have a flat look to this, so I've used some really thin pop dots. These are the really thin ones, and that's why the vellum looks a little crinkled. I like that look. Now I could have put it directly down onto my tag with score tape, only I didn't do that. I used the pop dots. I wanted a little bit of a 3D effect. Hi, Cindy. This is the tag we're making. And then I just embellished it by adding our butterfly lace This is our most popular Cheery Lynn die for me anyway, is the butterfly lace. And then I added some pearls here around the corners. And I put some acrylic beads around the bird cage. Okay, so what I did, like I said, is I cut out, here's the dies, a close-up. So you get this nice embossed look when you cut these out. And like I said, I cut out number 2, 3, and 4 from here. So those are the sizes that I am using. And I put, my largest is going to be this musical script because my quote is about the birds singing, so I thought that would be cool to incorporate that. And then my middle tag is kind of a plain piece of paper, a little bit of a distressed look. And then I have a piece of vellum musical notes that I'm going to be working with. Pat was fighting with me today at Hobby Lobby over this paper. She wanted to have all of it, and I didn't allow her to. I got this paper from Hobby Lobby. It's from the Paper Studio, and it's 59 cents a page, 8.5 by 11, and it's half price. So you can, 50% off. So if you need paper, go to Hobby Lobby this week if you have one, because that's where you get it. So this is what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to get started. And I'm going to start out by inking my edges. I'm using my Tim Holtz vintage, walnut stain color here. Don't give Pat any ideas. She gets in enough trouble on her own. Okay, so I'm just using my cosmetic sponge and inking this up. I like to use tags like these on gift bags. When I give someone a present, obviously, you know, this stuff is a little bit harder to put in the mail. So I don't generally do that. I usually attach it to the outside of a box if I'm giving a box away. Put it on the outside of a present, attach it to a gift bag. I like to make these. Okay, so all I've done is ink the edges, and I'm going to do that on all 3 of these. Can't really see it a whole lot on the brown, but you probably can't, but I can see a faintness of it here as I do it. Now remember, the Cheery Lynn dies are compatible with the Big Shot, the Big Kick, the Cuttlebug, the Vagabond, any of your tabletop machines, and you cut it out the same way that you would a Spellbinder's die. And Cheery Lynn's dies I like better than Spellbinder's myself. I like the fact that they're made in America. Their customer service at Cheery Lynn is awesome. There's a great group of people that work there, and I gain a lot of my projects and inspiration from their blog. They have a great group of designers, very talented. This is just a quote. This project I actually am just doing myself tonight. I have just always wanted to do something with this quote, and in fact I might even make an album page with this. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to be working on an album. But I do really like the quote. So what we've done now is just kind of given it a little bit of a rustic look by inking the edges. Okay. And then, like I said, I used the very thin glue dots here to layer them together. And I only used 4 on each one. Are you guys all getting some relief from the weather? I know it's been really hot where a lot of you live. It's been really hot here too, but we're out of the hundreds finally. It's Cold by you, Denise? Wow.
Where's she live?
Northern New York.
Oh.
Wow. Well, it's been in the hundreds here all last week. And we work outside, so it's not fun in the heat. We complain when it's cold, we complain when it's hot, right? Okay, now obviously you can see where the glue dots are with the vellum, but where they are, I'm going to be covering up with my bird cage and with my letters, so it's okay that you can see them. Okay? So that's what we've got so far. That's how I feel too, Cheryl. I'd rather be cold and be able to warm up than be hot. It's hard to cool down. Okay, so now what I did is I painted my bird cage and my bird white. As I said, this is how they come, and I do have these for sale on my blog. You get 5 of them for $9.99, and these are under the this and that tab on my blog. But I just wanted to paint these white just because of the way it's going to go with the tag. And then I just took my Tim Holtz ink pad, the Salty Ocean ink pad, and just ran my bird over that. This is all I'm doing. Just to color him blue. Make him purty. You don't have to use paint, you can use your ink. And this is easy to do. And I'm just using my fingers, as you can see, to rub the ink into it. You could use a brush or your pad here, your sponge. And I'm just going to use the sponge to get it into the crevices of the bird. I love birds and butterflies. Okay, so here's the bird. Done. Those Tim Holtz ink pads are awesome, the summer colors, you guys. Alrighty, then what I did is I have these little branches, and I got these from Michael's. They're the Recollections, the 3D embellishments. So I'm just going to put this underneath the bird cage, and I'm just going to kind of lay it out so I know where I want to put it. And I'm going to put my bird on there. Okay, so that's what we have right now. Yep, the bird cage is a lot of fun. You can ink it, you can paint it, you can do whatever you want with it. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of leave that there to lay it out. I did cut out one of my butterflies. This is the butterfly from Cheery Lynn. And I did not want to cut it out all the way. I just wanted to show you. Here's my little pokey tool, and you just have to poke through these to get these pieces out of here. This butterfly is like the most popular selling thing that I have. Everyone loves this butterfly. So look at the detail on this. Now I've used double-sided paper so I can choose which side I want to have on my paper here. And I think I kind of like the darker side. And then here's the back side. And I'm going to use this side right here as my backer. And I'm just going to go ahead and ink that. I might have enough ink on my sponge. I like using just cosmetic sponges for the ink for the ink, you guys, because it seems to apply it nicer for me. You can use whatever you want. And this is just how I do things. I assemble everything before I glue it down because that's just me. I want to make sure I like the way everything looks and where it is, because once it's glued down, because I use hot glue, that's an issue. Yep, I get them from the dollar store. Okay, so now I'm going to show you, I'm going to push this off to the side because I want to show you, let me move it somewhere else actually. I want to show you how we're going to make this peony flower since we have everything else ready. Okay, so the peony is made, this is the Stacker 5 flower from Cheery Lynn. And what you need is 5 of these cut out. Now I've got double-sided paper here. I can pick and choose whatever side I want based on whatever colors I'm going to be using. This is glitz paper. What I like to do is I like to use one side and then alternate the next. Use one side and alternate the next. So you need the Stacker number 5 die, and you need 5 of those. This is the Sweet Williams, and this is the smaller of the Sweet Williams. When you purchase the Sweet Williams die from Cheery Lynn, you get 2 sizes, a large flower and a small flower. So all you need for that one is a small flower. Oh, you don't have this one, Cindy? Sweet Williams is an awesome flower. You've got to have a Sweet Williams. These 3 flowers, if you get these 3 dies, you're technically going to be able to make 4 flowers right off the bat. Because this makes a flower in itself just by alternating petals. The Sweet Williams makes 2 flowers actually, a carnation and a Sweet Williams, and the sunflower makes an awesome flower also. So you need 2 sunflowers cut out, just this one. You don't need the centers. So again, it's 2 sunflowers, 3 of the smaller Sweet Williams, and 5 of the Stacker 5. The Stacker 5 is on my blog. If you like this flower, these are the 3 that you're going to need. So I'm just going to take a quick look at this and see because I want to ink my edges. Okay, I'm going to ink these just to stay with my theme of colors. I'm going to go ahead and ink these on the edges brown. And I'm just doing the edges. Nothing else. And this is just pattern paper. This is from Glitz Designs, the paper that I'm using here. Oh, thank you. That's fine. Yep, someday I will too, Denise. You know what? These dies are so affordable that you can own a lot of them. You can get one die for $6.99. I mean, you know, and it's a high quality die, so I think it's worth it. Yep, I agree. I really like these dies. The first thing, obviously, that brought me to them was the affordability. So I think if you've invested in a tabletop machine, there's not any die that you can't find that you're looking for, probably. I'm not going to say for sure, at Cheery Lynn. And the flower dies are just the most popular. The Build-A-Flower, awesome, awesome flower. You can make several different kinds of flowers with that one. And there's a second Build-A-Flower die coming out with Cheery Lynn in August. They're going to have a July release in a couple of days here. It's going to be a small release. But August is going to be their big release. And I'll have those dies to be able to show you what we have. But they're just easy to use, and they're very affordable. I know, I can't wait to see them either. I haven't seen them. I think it takes longer to ink these than it does to actually assemble the flower. So you've just got to have patience with these. And like I said, any of these flower dies that you get, they're all easy to use. So don't think that you can't do it, because if I can do it, you can do it. All right. Now I'm going to use the dried marigold, and I'm going to ink these. These are the Sweet Williams, the smaller of the Sweet Williams. Like I said, the inking probably takes the most time. And we can all use flowers for our scrapbook pages, our altered items, so that's what I find myself purchasing, is their flower dies and their butterflies, because I really like those. This was the first purchase that I made of the stacking dies, and I really like those too. They're high quality. Yep, for cards. Patrice, drop the link to your site, please. There's a couple of swaps going on over on Patrice's site if anyone is interested in joining us over there. It's the Altered Muse Studio Ning site that Patrice started. I did allow links so you guys can share your links to your blogs. Share links to your blogs and your stores and stuff like that. I have an altered envelope swap going on over at Patrice's site. We have 7 people signed up already. If you're interested, all you have to do is alter an envelope. The rules and everything is there. Oh, she must be away from her computer or something. And then my blog, Pitt, can you put the link to my blog in there? Is where you can get the Cheery Lynn Dies over on my blog. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with the base of the flower, and I'm going to use the tool, one of the tools to do this. And I'm just going to use the handle, and on the very first flower, for the base, all we're going to do is curl the petals down. Okay? So I'm just taking the end of the tool and I'm putting the flower petal on there, and I'm just curling that down. And I'm doing that on every petal. The first one is the only one that's going to go down. Patrice, can you put the link to your site up, please?
She's having trouble.
Oh.
It's not showing up for some strange reason.
Uh-oh.
But yet I've typed yours and it did.
Okay, because I have links allowed. Okay, so here's the base of the flower. Now, every other petal that we're going to put into this flower, you're going to do the exact same thing, except you're going to curl the petals up. So that's it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, because I started with dark, my next one's going to be light. So now all I'm going to do is take this and go up. Shai can put it in there. Okay. Or Kristen. Okay, so now you're just taking the petals and you're bending them all up. And that's all you're going to do with every single petal now is this, is pull all the petals up. Now when you start to assemble these, you're staggering the petals. So I'm going to go ahead and do this as we're doing it. And I've just put a little bit of hot glue there in the center. And then I just use a little toothpick to push that down, and I'm going to hold it up in a second and I'll show you. I just want to make sure it adheres. Okay, so this is what we have so far. The bottom layer, the petals are going down, and the top layer, they're going up. And every other layer now is going up, but I'm just going to alternate dark, light, dark, light. So now I'm going to use the darker side, and I'm going to roll forward. Oops. Oh, you guys are going to hear my fun ringtone now. Listen, because my cell phone's going to ring. That's my favorite. I love the Flintstones. It's nice and loud. Wilma! Okay, so here we are. All the petals are just curled up, and we're working on the same base here. Shy's going to have to refresh if she's frozen. Is anyone else frozen? Okay, now I'm just layering this on here and staggering the petals. Easy peasy. And then I like to push down with my toothpick. So here's what we have. Okay. There's that. And then we're on number 4. Same thing. Just going to take the edges and curl them up a little bit. Oh, really? Tanya, I didn't know that. I love the Flintstones. I grew up watching the Flintstones. I still watch them. Okay, same thing. Roll them up. All these glue webs. I love hot glue, but glue webs drive me nuts. Okay, and then all we're doing still is the exact same thing as alternating the petals. The Flintstones and the Jetsons. The Stone Age family, and then the Jetsons with the modern family. Love them. Okay, so here we go. Now this is what we're looking like. Pat, can you mod Kristen too, please? Okay, so here's what we're looking like. Now here's the 5th one. Just curl the petals up. Thank you. I'm sorry you're having trouble, Shy. It's usually not an issue unless there's like 40 or 50 people here. We don't seem to have that. Okay, so here's the last of my 5 stacker 5 flowers, petals. Okay. Now, if we wanted to, just to have a different flower, you could put a flower center in there, and you could be done there. But we're not done because we're making a peony. So this is what we're looking like right now. Okay. Hello. Okay, now we're going to do the exact same thing with our Sweet Williams. All the petals are still continuing to get curled up. The only one that goes down is your base one, the very bottom one. And this is all you do to assemble this flower. It's nothing else. It is cool, Bonnie. I like it too. This is all you have to do to make this peony flower, is just keep stacking and staggering the petals, rolling the leaves for the petals forward. So I'm gonna, now again, when you want a different flower for every kind of a layout that you're doing and you want several different kinds of flowers, this is what's cool about this. You could stop right here and add a flower center to that and you have a cool flower. But we're not done. We're not doing that. So, okay, now I'm using my darker one. So I'm alternating colors. and then staggering the flower petals onto the base. That's all I'm doing. Okay, I'll wait for you, Bonnie. And like I said, the Cheery Lynn dies are really affordable, and I think each one of these, the Sunflower, the Sweet Williams, and the Stacker, the most expensive one is probably $6.99. Don't quote me on it, but for 20 bucks, less than 20 bucks, you can probably get all three. The Sunflower might be $8.95, I'm not sure. But you can probably get all three dies for 20 bucks, and you can make, you know, at least 6 different flowers with those 3. The envelope swap is on Patrice's Ning site, and it's under swaps. Pat, are you a member of her site?
Yes, I haven't been on it.
We're going to see if we can get the site posted up for you. I can't be on Facebook or anything else on the internet when I'm on Ustream for some reason. Yeah, type in your search bar Altered Muse Studio Ning, N-I-N-G. See if that comes up. Because when you just type in the Altered Muse Studio, I know you get her store.
Oh, wait, no. That's not it. Here.
And there's a couple different swaps going on over there. So we're having a lot of fun.
It says more paper than shoes.
No, that's the wrong one.
It says Patty Carroll.
It should be the Altered Muse Studio Spruz, S-P-R-U-Z, I think I remember seeing whenever I go to it. Okay, now there you go, the Spruz. There you go. Denise, can you pop it in there? Oh, you did already? Oh, she got it. Patrice, it's there. Okay, cool. Cheryl, go to that link that Patrice popped in there, and then go to swaps. And you should see it. You're welcome. Okay, there's the third Sweet Williams. Now we're going on to the sunflowers. Now these are just, you've got to be a little careful with these because the petals are, there's a lot of them and they're very thin. But we're doing the exact same thing here. We're rolling forward. So what I do is I just grab 2 or 3 of them and I put them around my tool and I bend them forward. And I'm going to show you after I get them in there how I'm going to manipulate them and turn them and stuff, so it's not a big deal. Just try to get a little curl in them. Okay, so I just kind of get it to look like this, and then what I do is I take it in my hand and I do this. Just kind of manipulate it and bend your petals up like that. They're all not going to stick like that, but you just kind of get it shaped a little bit like that. I don't know what the deal is with Ustream. Okay, so then you just pop that first one in there, and again, you're alternating the petals as much as possible. Now this is what we have. Okay. And then when we're done, I'm sorry you guys. When we're done, we're just going to kind of squeeze them together. And that's how we're going to get that peony. So that's okay that it looks like that right now. Alright, same thing. I'm rolling these forward. Excuse me one second. Adam, yeah. Can you please call Aunt Rhonda and tell her I'm doing my show? That's why I'm not answering. Okay, I can't. Okay, so you just roll these petals forward. You can come use my phone. Okay, just keep curling those forward. Oh, you've been trying to find it? Oh, well, good. I'm glad you got it. Okay, so that's where we are now. Same thing. I'm just going to take this. and do this again by pushing the petals. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there in the center. And then just take the last one and put it inside there. And try to offset the petals as much as you can, but you know, don't be surprised if you can't, because these are a little bit more delicate and there's a lot more of them. So this is what it looks like right now. Now this is what we want it to look like. This one. So as you can see, it doesn't look like that yet, but all you have to do is take it and push it forward. Okay? You just take it and just keep pushing it forward. And when you're doing this, you're causing it, okay, wait, sorry about that. Now the hot glue just didn't hold. Okay, all you're doing is crunching it forward. Tightening up that bud, start in the center, push forward, until you get the shape that you want. And you really kind of have to push down at the bottom, at the base, down here. Okay, all the way around, because that's what's going to mold that into that tight piece there. Okay? Okay, so you're just pressing and pinching. Pat, are you moderated again?
No.
Patrice or Shy or someone? Can you remod Pat, Kristen?
Kristen's not on.
Or somebody? Kristen's not on?
I work for her.
Okay. So same.
Okay, I'm mod now.
And then, I don't know what the deal is here. We got to get here. Denise, I just modded you too. You should have been modded already.
Now she is.
Okay, I just modded her, so. So again, just take the base of your flowers and push. And crunch. And then I just like to kind of take it in my palm, just to form it a little bit too, and it just gives it a much more natural look. So there's your peony. Yeah, you know, I didn't think of that, Shy. You probably could put this around a tea light, because that center, the Stacker 5, is like perfect. There's a big center in there. Okay, so there's your peony. Okay, and then for those of you who haven't seen the cutie dies yet, on my first tag, this one, I put together, this is the cutie 2, and the only difference between these are the petals. This is a rounded petal. This is the cutie 1, and this is more of a pointed petal. Okay? So what I'm going to do for this one, I like to use 3 strips of paper. I'm going to use 3 separate colors tonight. These are super easy to use. And you have to use at least 2, but my favorite size is 3. So again, for those of you who haven't seen this yet, you just apply glue to this strip right here, all the way up the strip. You don't want to get any glue on the petals if at all possible, because that's going to be an issue when you try to roll your petals out. So let me just show you how easy this is to do. I use glossy accents as my adhesive because it's a quick drying adhesive and it holds really well. So again, I'm just going right up this strip. And then exact same thing all you're doing is alternating your petals. So you have to make sure you alternate the petals. And I'll show you that. And then you just want to make sure it adheres well. So this is what it looks like. Okay, in between is the other color. Then what I like to do, oops, I've got two there. I use my third piece, and what I do is I cut it in half. You have to use at least 2 cuts of this or 2 halves to make one flower. You could stop right here and start to roll, and this would be the smallest size that you can make. I want to make mine a little bit bigger. So this is what I'm going to do. Okay, so same thing, just put your glue on the strip part. And also same thing, alternate the petals. Hi, Shannon. I was going to go back to Friday nights, but because my husband is out of the house on Thursday nights, I thought this would be a better time to do it. I did post it on Facebook. Okay, now the thing to remember with this is if you're not using patterned paper or double-sided paper, you want to roll in towards your color. So if this is just one color, it's fine. But you roll in towards your color, and you'll see why after we're done rolling. Now what I like to do is I just start with a little toothpick, nothing fancy. And I like to roll mine tight. And I only use the toothpick in there to get me started. And all you're literally going to do is roll this. And again, this is why the Cheery Lynn dies are so popular, because they're so easy to achieve a great flower, and anyone could really do this. Kids could do this. Okay, so this is what it's looking like on the bottom. It's just a circle. And all I'm doing is rolling. Yeah, you could use a quilling tool for this. I just like to show people you don't have to have any kind of a tool. You can, I consider the dies an investment. And you don't have to have all the fancy tools and stuff like that. If you have them, it's awesome, and anything can work. But I like to just use my hands, a toothpick. Okay, so now you have this little edge left, and again, you're just putting your adhesive on that strip, and you're going to hold it. So this is what it looks like right now. Yeah, I tried live stream, and I had such an issue myself with live stream that I ended up back here on Ustream, and I did post it on Facebook because that's really the only way I have to post anything to let you guys know anything. But that's why I also had trouble on live stream. And the chat wasn't anything like this chat, so this was much better. It was ad-free. I paid for the service to be ad-free and everything, so you guys wouldn't have to worry about watching ads. That was the best part of it, but the chat wasn't any good with the ad-free service. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the bottom, and this is what it looks like. Now okay, Bonnie's got an ad, so let's wait for her. Okay, she should be about back. All you literally have to do with this now, as you can see what I'm doing, is just push these petals down and you're going to have a cool flower. Yeah, the ads here are pretty quick, but everyone was having such a problem on Ustream, I thought I'd try live stream, and I didn't think you guys were going to like that. Okay, now look at how pretty that is and how quick and easy it was to do. Super easy. So I could keep pulling these down and put a little bead in the center for a center. I like my flowers to look like they're budding a little bit, so I like to have the little tight area in the center. Okay, so we're going to make one more, and I'm going to show you again. How I keep it from going back up is I pull down on the, okay, I always work on a base as you always see me, so I'm working on my table. I put my finger in the middle, and then I press down on these just with a flat finger all the way around, and then when I pick it up and put it in my hand, I pull back and pinch with my thumb, and they do not go back up. I've not had that problem. Okay? So it's really just a matter of what you're doing. Now, some people like for this to be so high in the back. Like Cheery Ann will tie tulle back here and make a little bowl and put some pearls. Some people don't like that. You can cut it, but remember, if you're cutting it, you have to remember to put a lot of hot glue on the back there, because this strip that you would be cutting is what's actually holding that rolled flower together. You can do it because I have done it, but just make sure you're hot gluing as you're cutting that, because your flower is going to unassemble. Now, we're going to be working on some stuff in the next couple weeks where I'm going to be using these dies, and I'm going to be pulling every single petal down and putting a little pearl in there for the inside. But right now I just want to show you that this is what you can do. Now we're going to make one more of those, exact same way. So again, I'm going to need 3 pieces of paper. And you can make these bigger by even adding more paper. I haven't made them, you know, super big. I like to use these for the smaller of my flowers. And when you punch it out, or when you cut it out on your machine, I'm going to show you this. Sometimes they don't all come out. Okay, so all you have to do is poke that out. You poke those little pieces out. And that's easy enough. And you, again, you don't have to have these tools. I have the tools on my website. They come out to be like $1 a piece. It comes in a set of 5. But you can use any kind of pokey tool that you have of your own, or even a toothpick works. Okay, and then you just pull all those pieces out. So I'm going to do the same thing with these. So we're going to do it one more time if you didn't get to see that. And there's 4 of these cutie dies on my blog, and all 4 of them work the exact same way. You just alternate. You put your glue on your strip and you alternate and stagger your petals. That's it. So they're all really easy to assemble. Now I'm going to make this one a little bit differently, just because I'm going to use different, I'm going to do the colors a little bit differently. And that's what's cool about this, is it gives you a bunch of different looks by what kind of paper you use. How many strips of paper will tell you, give you your size. So there's a lot of different alternatives that you can use with this. We made some sparkling princess blossoms where we used these. You can also use these like inside of this flower for your center, inside your peony flower for your center. So your smaller flowers can be centers for your bigger flowers as well. So that's what's really nice about these, is you can use them for so many different things. Okay, so again, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I just put glue on my strip.
Can Can you cut the base of the strip to make it thinner before you roll the flower so it doesn't stick up off flower so much?
You can, but I'm going to show you the strip up close. You'll have to tell me now if you're pixelated or not. Do you see how thin that strip is? You're really going to have to cut that carefully if you do. It is really thin, but you could do it. You could do it. And like I said, I have cut that before once the flower is assembled and just glued it as I held it. Now the other thing I can show you, you can press down on this. I'm just going to show you. Okay, see how flat I've made it now? You can flatten that. I'm going to have to pull all these down now because it just looks silly. But I did want to show you that. You can flatten that. You don't have to have it. I just did that because that's how I wanted it to look for my flower. Okay? You can do this. Now I'm just... Okay? You can do this, and like I said, you put a bead or something in there for your center. Okay? And yeah, it's completely flat down there now. Okay? So here now it's not sticking up a ton. Now you could still leave it like that and pull some of them up. Let's do that. There's so many different looks you can achieve with these flowers, you guys. That's what I'm saying. What's nice, you know, normally when you buy a die and you start cutting and you make something with it, you're kind of stuck with, you know, okay, that's what it is, that's what you can do with it. With these dies, there's so many different alternatives, which is why I like to use them. I only show you things that I like to use myself, and there's a reason I like to use them. And it's mainly, if I can't use something, you know, in more than one way, I usually don't get it unless I totally love it. Okay, here, look at this one. Okay, so there's different things that you can do. Now, I pulled all of those down like that. I can still go ahead and fluff them all right back up. And I did flatten that base. So here's what it looks like now. And the base is flat. Okay, so you can see as it's sitting there. Now again, this is 3 strips of paper. I just want to show you. This is the Cutie 1 die. This is 3 strips of paper, and this is the Cutie 2 die. So look at the difference in the size of those 2 flowers. And the only reason there's a difference is because these petals of the Cutie 1 are higher pointed, the tips, and the Cutie 2 that I used on my original tag are small and rounded. So you do get a big difference in the way things look based on which one you use. You know, my suggestion if you're looking to buy any of the dies is to start out with the Cutie dies because they're easy and you can not only use them to make your own flowers, but like I said, you can use them to make flower centers as well. Let's see something here. I have bigger pearls. I just want to see. Now I can hot glue or glue whatever a pearl back right in here for the center. I've just got to, because the only difference when you spread the leaves is you're showing the center there. See the hole? So you need to block that. Yep, you can leave them like this and use it as trim. They're very versatile. And again, these dies I want to say are like $10. Maybe $9.99, I'm not even sure. And my prices on my blog, you guys, just so you're aware, shipping is included, so the prices are what you see them to be. I would need to get my tweezers to put that in there, but I could do that. And just hot glue that down. And then you'd have your flower with your center. If you don't have any centers, or you don't want to use a pearl center or a bead or anything, then you would just leave those sticking up. This would be nice just to go ahead and do it like this, because I'm using these on the tag also. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that on there. Okay, the cutie 1 through 4s.
Wait, let me check your website. I was checking the other one, which is your blog.
Pat's checking the prices for me. Okay, so here's what we have after I've glued that in there. Now you can glitter those. These were my first purchase. So if you are looking to buy anything and you want to start out with them to see the quality of the dies and how easy they are, I would suggest getting one of these, or all of them, whatever you like, whatever your budget is.
$10.95 with shipping.
They're $10.95 on my site, which includes shipping, at my blog, if you want to put that in there. You've got to practice. Do you have the cutie one? Because I'm telling you, each one is different. And that's why I got all 4 of them, because each one makes a different one. Okay, well, we're going to make another one right now, so you're going to watch. Does that include shipping to Canada? Is the shipping a lot more to Canada?
Yeah.
I would ship that to Canada for you. Okay, so there's that one. We're going to do another one, Shannon, so you can watch. And I'll hold it up closer to the screen so you can see it. But don't forget, I'm using 3 strips of paper. And it does make a difference on how many you use, because the size is different, obviously, but it's also in the manipulation of the petals. My Glossy Accents is clogged again. This is awesome adhesive, but it does clog really fast. So always keep a pin by me to poke it in there. And the other thing you have to make sure, Shannon, when you do this, you have to make sure your petals are alternating.
Good question. Can you do it with just one strip?
You cannot use 1 strip. You have to use 2 strips. There's Tanya with her Helmar. Yep, you have to use 2 strips. That's the absolute least amount of strips you can use. I don't know what the most is. I mean, you can keep trying it and see how big. I know the bigger it gets, the harder it is to roll. Okay, Shannon, you've got to make sure that your petals are alternating. See how there's one in between every one? Makes a huge difference. Well, someone needs to send me some of that glue, because I've never used it. I have not used that glue.
What kind of glue is it?
Helmar.
Never heard of it.
Yep.
Where'd you get it?
I only use, I only tell you about what I use because I know it works. But I know Tanya has always spoken very highly of Helmar. So I'm sure that's awesome glue too. I've just never used it. Fabri-Tac is good too. Okay. Okay, so, oh, she just put where she orders it, Pat. Okay, Shannon, again, I'm using a toothpick now. I'm starting at the very bottom, okay, of the strip, and I'm rolling tight. I'm going to have to see if I can get that glue. Maybe I can get it cheaper. Okay, so I just wait until I have it a good start, a good tight little start. Yes, I put glue on my strip, just on the strip, and that's the other thing. If you have glue going up your petals, your flower is not going to look like mine either. Okay, so I just start it, and then I hold the strip in my hand with one hand, and I just roll with the other. Okay, and you just take your time and keep it on the strip. Keep rolling the ball onto the strip. Yeah, there's glue all the way up the strip. I glue the strip first. See, it's glued. You glue first. Were you not paying attention? No, you don't glue as you roll. You just glue the strip. There's no other glue, just the strip is glued together. If you're putting glue on as you're rolling, that's why it's not turning out right. You don't put any more glue on. Okay, I'm just and just at the end, right. Look at Bonnie. Wow, that'd be a mess. Yep, you just glue the two strips together, or in my case, I did 2.5. Okay, and I'm rolling. Look how, all I'm doing is rolling. That's it. See? Well, good. At least if you know, if that's what you did, now you know what you did wrong. All right. Now you've got the little strip at the end. That's where you put the glue. The only other place you put the glue. And what I always like to do is I hold it there for a minute or two. Well, not maybe a minute or two, but I press and I hold, because when you let that go, if it starts to unravel, that's going to affect the way your flower is going to look too. But the only time you're gluing is when you're gluing the strips together and then at the very end. No other time. Okay, so now the other clue is your bottom should be circular. If your bottom, I was Skyping with someone the other day trying to show them how to do these, and their bottoms were oblong, you're not rolling it tight enough. You should maintain a circle. Okay, so here we are back where we were. Same thing. Now I'm going to have to make this one the same way I made the last one. And again, I'm just going to show you the process here. All I'm doing is pulling these petals down. There's a flower in itself. I like that look. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten it like I did the other one, because I want them to match. Alright, so all I'm doing to do that is I've opened all of them and I am pressing. So you can work with that bulkiness on the bottom. It doesn't have to stay like that. Okay, you can flatten it out. Now I'm going to adhere my center. Yeah, that's what Denise was saying, Tony. The quilling tool makes a good tight roll. Just mash it. That's right, Bonnie. You just mash it. All right, and then I'm just going to take my petals, my toothpick, and pull some of these petals back up. Because I did just do exactly that, Bonnie. I mashed it. And now I want to fluff it a little bit. Oops, this hot glue drives me nuts. I love hot glue, but the webs drive me crazy. Okay? So there we are. Yep, easy. And here's the bottom now. So now it's not as thick as what the other one was that you didn't like. So now we have two flowers. So we've got our peony done. And we have our cutie ones. Okay. So now I'm going to bring my tag back over here. And I'm going to start adhering my stuff together. So the peony, obviously, I'm putting, let me try to get better in the camera here. The peony I like to put at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and put that. And I do use hot glue. Okay. And if your petals look like they're starting to unroll a little bit, you can just go ahead and roll them back. You know, you can use fabric stiffener on your paper flowers too to hold their shapes. And then I like to just, these are the from the Leaf Flourish strip die. Love that die. Just like to pop some leaves in there. And obviously, you guys, I'm only using Cheery Lynn Dies. I always have just used Cheery Lynn Dies on my stuff just because it's my favorite. I'm just showing you. I mean, you can probably make other flowers with different things that you have as well, other die cuts. I don't know how they assemble as far as making different flowers, but if you have other dies that you're using, don't get caught up in just thinking, okay, it's just a rose or it's just this. Combine some of your dies together and see what you can make, because you might come out with something totally different. Okay, so there's the bottom. Yep, it is cool. Alright, then what I did with my other ones, because they were smaller, is I put them down here in the corners, but if I do that with these, they're going to cover up my leaves. So I might have to do something else here. They look really, really cool together. And I am about the odd number. So I think what I'm gonna do is put my bird down first. I mean, that looks kind of cool like that. Do you guys like that? Alright, so I'm gonna hot glue that. These are my favorite flowers, you guys. I love doing the flowers. And they're quick and they're easy. I like quick and easy. Alright. Here's the, okay, Bonnie, I have some of the bird cages on my website, on my blog. You can get them over there. And they're cheap. They're 5 for $9.99 with shipping. Alright, I'm going to put my, actually, I think I might like this better. I do. I like the dark side down first, so I'm going to put my dark side down first. This is my butterfly. Okay, Kristen, this is a G-rated show. Bonnie, you're laughing at that. You're supposed to be correcting her. I like to take my butterflies and I fold them in half. Okay, and then I put a little bit of the hot glue right up the body of the butterfly because I like the 3D look to them. And then I put it right in the center there, and I just like to hold it to get it to adhere. And then I take my toothpick and just poke into that to be sure it's holding. And it's okay that it's really sticking out like that right now because it is going to flatten. Okay, now I'm going to make sure I get one of these glue dots here covered by sticking the branch there. And again, you guys, the branches are at Michael's. They're Recollections. Yep, Cheryl, the butterfly is everybody's favorite. And the butterfly came out in a large size too. You can find that on my blog. And Bonnie, Cheery Lynn did a bunch of cool butterflies. If you're friends with Cheery Lynn, you can go over to her Facebook page or my Facebook page and see what she's done with
Did you use the smaller one?
butterflies. This is the small butterfly. Yeah. And over on my blog is, I wrote the size, I believe, of the bigger one, so you can tell exactly what the sizing is. So here's what I've done is I've just glued the bird to the branch. Okay. It's a huge butterfly. It's awesome. Just the detail of these dies, you guys, is just phenomenal. Okay, so I just put some hot glue there, and I've got my bird inside my cage now. Okay. And then I just got these cool little acrylic beads. Okay, no dumb question. You can ask what you want. What is your question? I'm going to just put these beads on here. You can use any kind of beads. Okay, I'm waiting for your question. The solid wing, how do you get two? There is only one. Okay, the angel wing comes with the butterfly. It comes with two dies. I don't have it out on my table here, or I would show it to you. Okay, so what you do is you fold a piece of paper. Cheery Lynn did this on her show last night. You fold a piece of paper in half, you lay the wing down, you run it through your machine, and when you take it out, you've got the full piece in the back. It's a money-saving die by Cheery Lynn. Believe it or not, it is money-saving because there's only one piece to the die. So just like we used to make when we were kids, those hands and things where you lay your hand down and you fold your paper in half and you can make an angel, it's the exact same technique. Okay, I'm just putting pearls in the base of the butterfly now, and I'll show it to you. You line it up to the edge, yes. Yep, I use pearls. I use pearls on all the bodies of my butterflies. Pearls or beads. Pearls look more elegant and vintagey, which is what I'm going for with this tag. See the detail on that butterfly, you guys? Look at his wings. And again, I fold it the way that I do when I glue it because I want it to be separated there. I want it to look more 3D. Okay. Pretty, pretty, and easy peasy. That's what I like. Alright, now I'm just going to put a couple of these more pearls up in the corners of this area. Okay, now I have my quote to put on. So here's what we have so far. Isn't that pretty, you guys? All right. right, thank you. All right, now what I'm going to do is all I did was I typed my quote out on a piece of cardstock. And I use different fonts and I use different sizes to make certain words pop, and I bolded some and I put some plain. And then all I did is I took my, I'm going to go with my spiced marmalade again. And I'm going to just run it over my quote, just here and there. And again, my quote says, "A bird doesn't sing because it has an answer, it sings because it has a song." I'm going to be making tags, a lot of tags and bookmarks with quotes. I have a friend that's ordered a bunch of bookmarks from me, so I'm going to use my classes to do that in, because I've got to get them done. And I've got a couple different techniques that I want to try. The word printing. Okay, see what I did, Bonnie? I made some words one font, some words another. Like this is a regular font, this is a fancier font. I bolded one. I've got them different sizes. It's just something I like to do. You don't have to do it. I mean, you could just slap the quote on there any way that you want. Hi, Celeste.
Office? Is that
I was just talking about you. I was telling them about the bookmarks we're going to do.
Do you do that in Office?
I do it in Microsoft Word, Bonnie, just in Word. You can do it on WordPad or Microsoft Word. So this is what it's going to look like when I'm done. So in Word, all I did was type the quote. I made some fonts bigger, some fonts a fancy font, some bolded, and then now I've just inked it. So now I'm not even using a paper cutter now because it's just part of the look. You don't have to, doesn't have to be perfectly straight or anything. It just kind of reminds me of typewriter letters then. Okay, so then I just cut my letters or my words. Now you're not going to use hot glue on this because it's going to bubble. You're going to use glossy accents. At least that's what I did. And I will also tell you that before you hot glue anything down, or I'm sorry, you're not hot gluing, you're glossy accenting. You're laying your quote out first, because once you put it down, you've got adhesive on there. You're going to make one big mess if you need to move anything. So this part of the project actually takes the longest for me because I'm just crazy about how stuff looks and having it lined up and stuff like that. But I like to do it like that. And it's all about what works for you. Okay. Yeah, now Celeste has me making her a diaper cake because she saw the one I did for Froggy. So I'll be posting pictures of that one when I'm done. I got a really cute giraffe for the center of that one instead of a monkey. And the other reason you're laying this out like this, you guys, now this is a long quote, so you're going to be, you know, if it was a shorter quote, it wouldn't be such a big deal, I guess. But I have laid stuff out and had the wording incorrect. So the last thing you want to do is adhere stuff and then find out that, you know, you've got a word out of place. And you want these to be different sizes, which is why I'm not using a paper trimmer.
Kristen needs a private lesson on the wings.
On the wings? Okay, Kristen. You know what? Just stick around and I'll show you on my machine in a minute. when I'm done with this, I'll show you how to do the wing. I'll cut one out. Okay, a bird doesn't. This is just, you know, a little bit more tedious.
You got out of surgery 12.5 hours later.
Oh, good. I'm glad she's doing okay though, right? Yeah, you guys, we have a friend who, she's more, you know, a bigger friend of Celeste, but she had aneurysm, brain aneurysm repair surgery done today, and she was in surgery for 12.5 hours. So if you could send some prayers her way, that would be awesome. She's, how old is she, Celeste? Is she 45? She's very young, and she has a family, obviously, of small children still that need her, and so it's hard to work through your day and get through your day when you have a friend or someone that you know about that's struggling, and being in surgery for that long amount of time is crazy.
Do I know her?
Private message Celeste.
She just said that that you know her. I'm thinking. Oh, okay,
I don't want to say, don't type names or anything,
No,
because
no.
just it is, and I don't want to say it because it's being recorded, and just for the privacy of her family. So we're going to be making some, one of my classes, you guys, one of the very first things that I did when I started getting into scrapbooking was I made angel books. So I'm going to be making an angel book for this friend of ours. So we'll do that in a class too. I love angel books. And it's mainly just, you know, a book that I decorate up that has to do with angels, and I use a lot of feathers and pearls and beads and stuff like that, flowers. And they're good to have on hand if you know someone that's having an issue, like in this case. And people love to receive them. Celeste has given out, I don't know, at least 5 or 6 of my angel books to people.
Do you know how to read a private message?
I don't know, she may. Yep, it's uplifting, and they're pretty, and it's just something nice, and it's something different because you can't really buy those in stores, and it's just kind of cool. I like stuff like that myself, and like I said, I only do stuff that I like myself. And you guys, you know, you don't have to like it. Not everybody likes everything that other people do. And that's usually what draws you to somebody else's show anyway, is if they're doing something that you like. But because I'm the one who always makes the stuff like this, Bluebell made me a beautiful book. I was so tickled to receive it.
Where's Bluebell?
I'm wondering if she's not here because she thinks I'm going to be on tomorrow too, so I feel bad. And Martha too. I didn't send an email out. It's a very personal effort put into doing anything like that. And the other issue that I have is I only do things like that for people that I know will appreciate it. I don't know about you guys, but there are some people I've given things to before. If they don't do crafting type stuff or bookmaking or scrapbooking or card making, they don't do it themselves. Not everyone appreciates. So if you've got someone who appreciates something that you've done, that you've given them, that's awesome. That's like the biggest thank you you can get. And I think that's cool. Oliver's walking by with his favorite toy is his chicken. He's got this chicken hanging from his mouth. We call it Chicken Man. You know, and it also just kind of helps put things in perspective for you too sometimes, because, you know, we can all have bad days and things can be going pretty crummy, and then you hear about somebody like this who's having an issue like this, and it really makes you think and feel like, you know, oh, is my stuff such a big deal? And you never ever know what somebody else is going through. When you see them somewhere, that's another thing. And people can inflict their days on you, but you really don't know what they're dealing with that's making them have that kind of a day to begin with either. So, yep, very true. You don't know what anyone else is going through, and something like that, you know, nobody would want to have to go through. Oh, go ahead, Kristen. What's your question? I'm just cutting out all my little words here. And this is the tedious part. Adam, before you leave, could you please take the dogs out?
Sure, I'm not leaving.
You're not going anywhere?
Otis! Here's a little bit.
It's over here.
Come on, let's go outside, let's go pee-pee.
Don't let Oliver bring his chicken outside.
Oliver, get up. Get you.
Go on, Oliver. Go outside with Adam.
Just look at me, let's go. Don't make me pick your butt up. Pick you up.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Cindy. I really like it too. Alright, so I've got it all cut out. Now I just want to make sure. A bird doesn't sing because it has an answer. Ah.
Did you see my question? No, and I didn't.
Oh, I did not see a question pop up. I just saw you wrote, the pest has another question.
For the fringe, do you leave the white paper on the die when you run it through the machine?
What I did is I left mine on until it fell off. I made several and it came off by itself. But yes, I left it on. I love these stacker dies, you guys. You can make a scrapbook page and use it as an embellishment. I mean, this is the other thing. Think of a tag. You can put this on a scrapbook page. You could put it on something else. Don't just think, you know, my plan is to punch a hole in this and well, this one I'm going to give away tonight. I'm also going to give away one of the birds in the bird cages too, so stick with me. But don't limit yourself to thinking, okay, oh, this is just a tag. See it for other things too. Use it as embellishments. Put it on a gift box. Put it in a bag. Tuck it inside of something that you're going to give somebody. If you make lunches for your kids or something, you can stick stuff like this in their bags.
Canvas.
A canvas. Awesome idea. A canvas. Absolutely. Stacker dies are amazing, and these, I'll show them to you after I glue this down. I'll show them to you up close. A journal cover, absolutely. An album, anything. It's just awesome. You can do anything with these. Look, I'm just going to fit this sucker on here too. Because it has and it's okay to put, you know, put one word diagonal, put one word, you know. This is why you have to lay this out first. Thank you, Adam.
Good boy.
You might have to, you know, move your letters up a little bit. Move your words up a little bit. This is, like I said, the tedious part of this. And getting back to what I was saying before, because of how much time stuff like this takes, this is what drives me crazy about people who don't appreciate stuff when you give it to them. That's why if I do something for somebody and I see that, you know, they're like, oh, wishy-washy, and it's not for everybody. Not everybody likes stuff like this, and I understand that. But I'm also not wasting my time on people like that either. Because it takes time to do this kind of stuff. Does anybody have any questions? Always, always give credit for your quotes in your work. I always put the person's name who's responsible for the quote underneath. Okay, look. Here's how it's going to look. I can't hold it up because this is how I do it. I lay it out, and now I just literally remove each piece, each word, and I start to, I'm picking glue webs, and I start to adhere it now. But look at how pretty that is. Okay. And you don't want to pick your glue webs out when it's first drying because you might pull something up or off. So don't do that. Wait until you're, you know, pretty close to the end. When in doubt, say it was me. Does that mean bad things too?
No.
Should we blame you? Oh my goodness gracious. Ding.
No, only good things.
Only good things. Well, we could do that.
Always in this. I'm always in this.
Okay, so now you can use tweezers for this part. I don't. I just use my fingers and I use my little tool here and put it where I want it. And then this tool also helps grab my word and put it where I want it. Is Patrice still here? Pat, is Patrice still here?
Yes.
Patrice, do you have any more of your kits available? Oh, God.
She's got 2 of them left.
Okay, why don't you post the link for that, too. You guys, Patrice has an awesome kit available if she, and I'm sorry, I haven't been watching the chat, if she's already talked about it. If not,
She just posted.
run over and take a look at that kit. Awesome, awesome, beautiful. Everything's
She
in.
made 2 more.
Oh, good. Everything's available in the kit. You just have to assemble it yourself. Yep, I see it. No, Celeste, I've been doing this since 7 o'clock, so it's been an hour and a half. But remember, it does take a little bit longer when you're teaching it. So if I was doing it, you know, just doing it by myself, just doing it, it would not have taken me this long. And I think that's why a lot of people don't do handmade stuff too, is because they think it takes too long. But this is one of the easier, you know, you guys, I'm sure you know just from watching me, a lot of my stuff is not like the hardest. I tend to go towards the easier stuff because that's where I am. That's my level of what I do. I don't think I do anything that's super hard that any of you can't do. And I still am very big on believing that we learn from each other when doing stuff, so I don't claim to be any big professional or anything like that. I just show you what I do. you can take from it and expand on it or totally change it up. And I love to see what you guys do. Especially if you get like any of the dies from me. I love to see what you guys create. Jerry Ann puts a ton of stuff up. Bonnie has done some amazing things with, oh my God, with metal with these dies. It's just, you know, we learn from each other. I think everybody, all you guys should do Ustream shows. Everybody has talents. And a good thing to do while you're doing this is reread it. Bird doesn't sing because it is. Because like I said, once you've got that glued down, if your words are out of order, you want to change it before it dries. I use my tools for everything. These tools. It sings. Do we have any new people here tonight? Ah. You can just kind of put it down and then your tool or your toothpick, whatever you want to use, will...
Baby Garfy from Canada, it's her first time.
Oh, well, welcome. Welcome, Cynthia. We have a really nice group of girls here. Patrice has a Ning site that you can go check out, and that's the link that she's been posting up. And we do swaps and stuff over there that you can take a look at. She's got a really cool kit available that she can tell you about. And Jerry Ann teaches on Monday nights. Shy teaches Tinkerbug, but she's taken some time off. I'm not sure when she's starting back up. But we have a really good group of ladies here. Patrice does some shows too, and actually with her kit, I think she's going to do a Ustream to show you how to put that kit together. So she's only got 2 left. So if you're interested in it, you might want to go and grab it because I don't think they're going to last. We're almost done. Yep. She is going to have people wanting to get them. A lot of people wait until after the class to see what the project looks like before they buy it, and then they get upset because there's only so many available. And the reason being is a lot of the suppliers where we get the stuff from, they make it a little difficult for you because sometimes they make you buy in quantities. And if you have to buy 6s or 8s, if someone says they have 6 kits available, normally they're only doing 6 because they have to buy them in 6s. So they're not going to buy 12 and then only sell 7 and be stuck with the rest. So keep that in mind. When, you know, don't be angry when you go to look for something and you can't get it, because that's generally what the reason is. And if somebody ends up buying 12 and they're stuck with, you know, however many that they don't sell, just to keep all that inventory on hand is not always the best either. So I know, like when I do stuff, the reason I do it the way that I do it is because I buy whatever quantity I have to buy it in, and then that's what I sell. I do have...
call them limited edition kits.
There you go. Yep, limited edition. So that's why I just say, if you see something that you like, and it's a kit like that, the dies, don't worry about the dies. We can get those. And I can get however many we need of those at any time. Cheery Lynn is awesome. But these kits, you've got to get them while you can. Get it while the getting is good. Here we go. Here's my tag, guys. Isn't it pretty? So there we have it. We have the nesting dies, the 3 sizes. We have the butterfly lace from Cheery Lynn. We have the peony, which is made using the Stacker 5, the Sweet Williams, and the sunflower.
And the flourish leaf strip.
The flourish leaf strip is our leaves. The cutie A. And then we just have our bird cage, our bird and our bird cage, some acrylic beads, our pearls, the twig is from Michael's, and then our quote. And that's it. And then I'm going to pick up these glue webs. I'm going to give away one of the birds. We'll do that first. Let me just show my card here really quick for people watching. This is where you can purchase the dies at my blog, because every picture has a story to tell, .blogspot.com. Here is Patrice's site, where you can get the kit, and she also sells some awesome templates where you can make other really cool things. This is Shy's blog, and she has score tape, which is awesome. I use score tape on almost all of my projects. If I didn't use the glue dots tonight, it would have been score tape. This is Kristen. Kristen has awesome, beautiful clay flowers that are perfect for middles, flower centers. And she makes those herself and paints them. They're beautiful. Run over to her blog and take a peek at those. And then our Close to My Heart representatives that we support here is Jerry Ann and Shannon, and here's their sites. Close to My Heart has a special this month. If you buy $75 worth of product, I think you get some free paper. You have to go over to their website and take a look at that. Again, Jerry Ann teaches on Monday evenings at 8 o'clock Central. And she shows some awesome projects. So there's our people. Pat, can you write a number down on your piece of paper there? We're going to play the number game for this bird. We're going to give away one of the bird cages.
How many?
And
What?
not yet, though. Don't pick a number yet until you see the word go. You're going to pick a number between 1 and 20. Do not pick until you see the number, until you see me write the word go. I'm going to wait until Pat passes me the paper. Fold it in half, please. Okay, if you get, oh, there you go. If you buy $50, you get the stamp of the month for $5. And the stamp of the month this month is awesome. It's words. Some really cool words. So run over to those websites and take a peek. Tony, go ahead and pop Jerry Ann's website in there. And if Shannon's still here, Shannon, go ahead and put yours for Close to My Heart. I showed the, wait, don't pick a number yet. I showed the card.
Are the numbers between 1 and 20?
Okay. When you see the word go, I want you to pick a number, and you're going to keep going until the number is guessed this time. So wait until you see the word, that's okay, wait until you see the word go, and we're going to pick numbers. And you're going to keep hitting, and I'm going to warn you, if you hit too fast, too many numbers, Ustream's going to lock you out, so give it a couple of seconds before you hit another number. 1 through 20. Stop. Stop. Okay, we have a winner. We have a winner.
Tanya had it first.
Our number was number 19, and Tanya picked it first.
Let me double check it.
Okay, we're going to do a double check real quick. Kristen and Patrice, can you help Pat? Make sure Tanya was the first one with 19, I believe. Yep, you're welcome. And I think I have your address. All right, Pat, jot another number down. We're going to do the tag.
Between 1 and 20 again?
We're going to do this tag. Yeah. We're going to play for this now. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, there's Jerry Ann's site. All right, wait until you see the word. And then, that's okay, you're fine. We're going to play for this tag right now. 1 through 20. I was thinking the same thing. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Stop. Okay. Denise, I believe you won this one. Can you guys help me check, please? The tag, number 3. We're just going to take a quick look here. Okay, and I'm going to send you that with your order too, Denise. Pat, can you write Denise's name on this one so I don't forget? That's who it goes to.
Okay.
And then if you can write Tanya on this one. So I'll be sending those out to you guys right away so that you get them. Do you guys have any questions? I'm going to show you how to cut that butterfly out. But I just want to see if anybody has any questions besides how to do the butterfly. You're welcome. Congratulations to all my winners. I want to show you, I'm going to be working on a couple more of these tags. My big thing is whenever I cut these things out, these dies, I sit and I just cut out a bunch of them. But look at this white paper. Isn't this gorgeous? Oh, you're welcome. I'm going to show you the tags up a little bit closer. So I'm going to make some pink and white ones. Okay, Cindy, thanks for coming. I actually made this out of scrap paper that I had, so I don't even know who made this. Good night, Cindy. Thank you. But I'm going to do some pink and white tags because I have my niece's bridal shower is coming up, and I want to do some handmade tags for her. So I'll post pictures of these when I do them. I'm going to do more quotes on them. But I don't have peony flowers cut out. I have little daisies that I'm going to be doing with this. And here, I'm going to show you up close, is the detail of that butterfly. Oh, look at Shine Knew the paper. Okay, cool. Excuse me. I had like quarter sheets of paper laying around, and that's what I used. And I used the butterfly is the same. You can't really see it on the camera, the detail, but a lot of the details on this paper too, on the butterfly. I want to show you those. Show you this up close here. These are the nesting dies. Oh, I'm sorry, Cheryl. Okay, so here's the smallest of the dies. Now this one I believe is magnetic, and the reason they do that is so that when you put it inside another one, like if you're going to cut them out together, it stays in place. So here's the smallest of the dies, and then there's this one. So you can layer these as you like. So here's the second one. Here's the third. Now these all have the little indentation on them. I like these. This is why I picked these. There's the third one. Here's the fourth size. Now that's a pretty good size tag. We could do albums out of these, you know, a little tag album. Look at this one. Here's the fifth one. I'm trying to get it in so you can see how big it is. Here's the fifth one. And then here is the sixth one. Now this is what Kristen was talking about in her first question, is this piece of paper. I usually leave the paper in there, and I keep cutting with my die until that piece of paper falls out. No real reason why, I just do it. The largest tag is 5 7/8 by 7 1/2. This would make a good mini album. We could do a mini album out of chipboard.
Does that fit in Big Kick?
Yes. Oh, Big Kick.
That's similar to ours. Just a little
It
different.
fits in the big. Yes, you can use the Cuddle Bug.
It should fit in the Big Kick.
These dies are compatible to all tabletop machines. Big Shot, Big Kick, Cuddle Bug, Vagabond. It says it right on here. Revolution, Epic, Wizard. Yes. And this is the biggest size that's going to fit through any one of your machines. So you can make a mini album with these. Look at these dies. You get 6 dies, $31.99 with shipping for all 6 of them. Well worth it. So what does that come to a die? $5, a little over $5, maybe $5.10 a die, $5.20 something cents a die. That's how much these are. I know that price just because I just bought these myself. They are on my blog under Cheery Lynn Dies Used for Projects, I believe, is what I've titled that one. So I'm going to be using these in some upcoming classes, along with all of the flower dies that I always use. So this is a good one to have. Good night, Denise.
Cheery Lynn Class Project Dies. You have it.
It's listed under Cheery Lynn Class Project Dies. All right, I'm going to go and grab my butterfly and my Big Shot so I can show Kristen how to do that. That's all I'm going to be doing now tonight. You're welcome to stay and watch that. I'd love to show you how easy it is to operate that die in the Big Shot. I'm just going to put this. I am expanding my collection of Cheery Lynn dies, and I've got everything in a binder, so I've just got to pull it out of the binder and grab that. So I will be back in 1 second. Hold on. All right, hold on. I'm getting my machine. Is Kristen still here? I know she was having trouble with Ustream, so I want to make sure she's still here to see that.
Yeah. She's still here.
I'm sorry, you guys. When Pat's here, I have the tendency not to look at the chat so much because I rely on her to tell me if somebody needs something. Let me just show you really quick. Okay, most of you know this already because you've seen me do this. This is a Sweet Williams. You get both of these. And in tonight's peony flower, we used the small die out of there. But you get both of these with the Sweet Williams. So I just wanted to show you that. Let me show you. Oh, and you want to know what else? And I know this is probably mean, but Pat, I'm going to have you write down another number. But for the girls who stayed, I have an extra stacker leaf I'm going to give away.
She's putting you to work, isn't she?
I'm giving you a die. I'm going to give away a die.
1 to 15. We've got some
Okay, well wait, hold on. I want to show
Yeah.
them a couple more dies. This is the sunflower. So this is obviously the petals. This is the middle. Look at the detail. Excuse me. So I don't know if you can see it, but see the ridges on every one of these petals? That comes out in every cut of this. Okay, so that's the sunflower die. Here, I'm going to show you the Stacker 5 up close. This is the Stacker 5, what it looks like. Hi, welcome. We just finished up our tag. I'll show it to you. This is a tag that we made tonight. No, it doesn't cut the circle. It cuts between all these little petals. So these pieces come out. This is the Stacker 5. This is what we did the base of the peony. There's several Stacker dies that I can get. I'm slowly putting them all up on my blog, you guys. This is the Cutie 2. It's a strip. I just want to lay it down so you can see it. This is how long it is. Now the Cutie 2 is the smaller of the flowers. That's the Cutie 2. I'm showing you just the dies that we used tonight. This is the Cutie 1. And that's what we used for right here. These two flowers. Okay. I know you've seen probably most of these. Another really cool die, I know leaves are simple, you guys. This is the leaf, it's called the Flourish Leaf Strip. So the leaf that I had coming out of the peony, it cuts out 1, 2, 3, it cuts out 5 of them. So what's cool about this die is when you're cutting it through your Big Shot or whatever machine that you're using, you can put your leaf die and your cutie dies alongside one another and roll them through, and you're cutting out 3 things at one time. This is one of my favorites.
So,
What are you
it's really
doing?
messy downstairs.
What are you doing? All right. I'm working my way to my butterfly die. I have my dies all organized in a binder, so that's why I'm just showing this to you as we're going. Oh my gosh, here's the Build a Flower.
Tanya has to look at that.
Okay, night. Thanks for coming. Here is the Build a Flower, and this is what it looks like. Isn't this awesome? And I've showed you a bunch of flowers that we've made with this. I'm going to do another class on this one before the second one comes out. Just because I think that's one, it was real popular. A lot of people purchased that one. All right, looking for my butterflies. Here we go. Is Kristen back with her machine?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to
Yeah,
show you.
she's ready.
Okay. I'm going to pull my camera up a little bit so you're going to be able to see better, but I just want to show the girls. This is the butterfly die. Look at how, if I can hold it, look at how intricate and the detail there. Okay, so you get this is your main die, and then you get what's called an angel wing. And again, this is a money-saving thing. So you get half of a wing. And I'm going to show you how to do that now. But I wanted to also show you the big butterfly. Tony and Jerry Ann were fighting over these dies. Look at this, girls. Here is the big butterfly. Beautiful. Okay, so this is the big one. The big one is 4 1/4 by 3 3/4 of an inch. And then here's the angel wing for that one. All right, so I'm going to put the big one off to the side here. Let me grab a piece of paper. This is the paper that I got at Hobby Lobby today. The Paper Studio paper is on sale for half price. It's 59 cents a sheet, and then it's half price. But look at it, this is metallic. Isn't this beautiful? So I bought all different colors of that. I'm going to make the screen black a second so I don't make anybody sick. Just because I want to try to adjust my camera so you can see my machine better. And how I'm going to assemble this die. All right. Is that the pearls? No, this is called, it's just metallic. It says, on the back of it, it says, oh, I actually got a piece without the sticker. It says Fireweed Metallic Paper by the Paper Studio. Oh, she's got an ad, so I just try not to be rude here. Okay, yep, half price this week. Okay, Kristen, I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, so as you can see, my pads are pretty worn out from all these dies. Okay, so here's what you do. You take your paper and you fold it in half. Okay? You take the angel wing, and where this side is at the side of your paper. Okay, the crease of your paper. Like this. Only I'm going to move it up so I'm not wasting paper. Alright? So you got to put your pad down. And then, now you can use that blue painter's tape so that it doesn't move. In fact, that's what they recommend you do. You're just seeing I didn't do that. Oh, we got an ad going. Let's wait for Cheryl. Okay, there you are. Did you see me put the die in? Okay, so the die is just at the very end of the creased part of the paper. It hangs over the fold line, yes. And no, the die always goes down, face down.
But it doesn't hang over it. It just lines up right to the edge.
It lines up right to the edge.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you peel that off, here's your die.
If it was over it, it would cut it off.
Right up to the fold line. I'm going to do one more to show you. Okay, so there it is. And it's just a money saving thing, because instead of them giving, it's a way for them to, you know, allow you to be able to purchase the die at a cheaper price, because they don't have to give you 2 of these. They only have to give you 1. So here's your fold line. Now you can see it better since this is cut out. So line your die up like that, right at the fold line. See it? It's not hanging over. Line it up. Make your sandwich. And I roll it through just a couple times. You don't even have to with this one. I'm just in a habit of doing that. Okay. Pulls right off of there. And here you go. Okay, I'm going to make one of the butterflies just to show you now. You're going to see that on my blog there's a metal adapter plate. The metal adapter plate, let me show it to you if I have it here. Now mine is, this is what it comes like new. It's beautiful, shiny, flat. Well, this is what it looks like after you use it several times like I have. Okay? This is for your intricate doilies, like the doilies. I'm sorry, I can't even speak. You can use it, and I suggest you use it with the butterfly, but I'm going to show you that you don't have to. If you use it, it just acts as a shim when it goes through your machine and makes a tighter cut, and it allows all, because don't forget, all these itty bitty pieces need to come out of there. And what I do is I just put my stuff together as a regular sandwich. I put my die on there. And now I'm just a big paper saver, so I go as close to the edge as I can. And if you're not going to use the metal plate, you're going to roll that through a few times. Okay? Now that was forward and back. Forward and back. Then what I also like to do is I turn it around and I send it through again. Now the reason being, all of these machines work by that pressure roller that's right through here. Just like with any other kind of a roller, when you roll something through something, you're going to have more pressure in one area than you're going to have in another area. So the first place I cut the die out was in the upper left-hand corner, which there's not going to be a whole bunch of pressure over here in one of the corners. I'm going to send it through the other corner too now, so that it's going to give it another dose of that pressure. Now ultimately the best place to do that in, to get the best pressure cut, is going to send your die through the middle, because that's where the most amount of the pressure is going to come from. But you're also going to waste a lot of paper if you do that. So I don't do that. You could turn it sideways, this way, and the middle section is going to have the most amount of the pressure. So either way, as long as you switch it a couple of times back and forth, you're good to go. Now, I probably rolled that through maybe 8 times or so. When you see this on the back, that tells you that that is cut. See how you can tell all the detail in the die itself? Every one of those pieces should fall out of there without a problem. Now, I'm going to pull it out and show you. Okay? See the detail and how the paper sticks to the die? This is where the tools do come in handy. There's holes on the back of this die. Can you see the holes? Is it pixelated or is it okay?
There, you can see it.
Okay. So when you're poking through each one of these holes through the back, it's loosening the die. It's pulling it away from the paper. Do you see that?
Smoky. You're using something.
No, well, I have my glue gun on.
It smells a little smoky.
Does it smell smoky upstairs?
No, I think I've been smelling it.
Alright, I'm going to unplug my glue gun.
It's the glue gun, Adam.
My other
I've
glue
been
gun,
smelling
my
it,
regular
too.
glue gun died, and I had to use a different
I've
one.
been smelling it all night.
Okay, so as I'm poking through these holes in the back, it's loosening the die, the paper from the die, but it's also getting rid of those little pieces that I've got to poke out of there. So the intricate dies are a little bit more work, but as you can see from the cuts, they're well worth it. Now, as I'm pulling this off of here, oh god, that glue gun, it was my favorite glue gun, Sure Bonder. I've got, oh, look at you guys. I had 2 pieces of paper. I had it folded in half. I cut 2 butterflies out at one time without the metal plate. Look at, see how we learn? Look at this. I've never done that before. And look, all the pieces came out. Really? Without the metal plate? I have not ever done that because I don't want to waste paper, and I figure this is without the metal plate. Look at that. Now the doilies, I'm going to tell you right now, I will not sell you a doily without buying that metal plate because I could have just thrown mine right through the window when I tried working with mine and you didn't have the metal plate. It's way too detailed. But the butterfly, if you don't have any of the doilies and you don't need to invest in the metal plate, you can get this butterfly. Awesome. Well, that's good to know, Tony. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Kristen, did you get it now? The metal plate makes it a lot easier. The pieces come out a lot easier. You don't have to roll it through as many times. But I'm just saying, you know, for people who want to invest in more dies without needing that metal plate just yet, you don't have to have the metal plate if you want the butterfly. Yeah, I do know that every kind of paper is different. If this were thicker cardstock, I would have never gotten 2 of those to cut through. So this paper really is good paper, and it is, like I said, it's from Hobby Lobby. Paper Studio, they have a great selection of colors. And again, you don't have to use these tools. I like the tools. They're $5 for a set of 5. So to me, it's worth it. They remind me of dental tools. I don't particularly care for that, but they do the job of this.
Will it cut cardstock single layer?
Yes, it does cut cardstock, thick cardstock.
Filters run really good in the butterfly.
Okay, that's good to know too. Yeah, it does cut cardstock. It cuts vellum. Jerry Ann tried last night on her, Monday on her show, Grunge Board. Grunge Board, she got the detail, every single detail of the die to come through, but the pieces did not punch through.
Can I see the other piece of the butterfly that you did first?
If you're friends with me on Facebook, you can look at my Facebook page and you can see what Jerry Ann did with the Grunge Board. She also did acrylic. Fantasy film would be cool too. That would look more lifelike for the butterfly also. Yep, you can marry a dentist and steal his tools and use it for this. Another reason to marry a dentist. There you go.
It does have a line.
Yeah, there's a line there because you've got the paper folded.
Right.
You're going to have a line there, but you're not going to see it when you put this piece on it.
Right.
Because this,
Lays
look
on
at
the
the
line.
back, this lays on the line right here. So you're not going to see it. Fantasy film is made by Art Institute Glitter, and it's just like a thin, it's not acrylic, it's much thinner. So yes, yeah, you need to get it on the line. That's what makes the 2 pieces. Well, I've never showed that before. Yeah, that's what, it's like cellophane. Yeah, it doesn't matter that it's folded though, because like I said, you're not going to see that. And from the back you will, but you're going to have it glued on to something, so you're okay. Okay, Patrice, then we've got to get some fantasy film to show these girls how this butterfly cuts out on fantasy film.
Yeah, I want to see.
So this die, I will tell you, this butterfly die has been the most popular one from my blog that people are getting, just because of the detail. We've glittered them. We've put pearls on every one pearls or beads on every one of the little doodads there. You can just do a bunch of different stuff with these. And I'm sorry, Pat, if you want to go to my blog, can you get a price of this?
Mm-hmm.
The big one and the small one is there on my blog. They both work exactly the same. So I'm going to give away that leaf die. Let me just make sure I like to do my giveaways with stuff I have on hand.
The little one is $12.99.
The small butterfly is $12.99.
With that includes shipping.
Including shipping.
And the big one is $16.99.
And the big one is $16.99. Thank you, Patrice. Thank you, Pat.
You're welcome.
I've got some borders from Cheery Lynn I'm going to be showing you. If you were with me at the beginning of my show when I first started, about a month ago or so, or 2 months ago, I don't even remember now, I made some purses with some of the dies, the scallop circle, 2 or 3 months ago. And that was a really fun class. All right, hold on. I want to see if I have a stacker die. Oh, I do. Okay, I have one stacker leaf die. That's this one. It makes this leaf. Love this die. It's perfect for any flowers. Look at the detail on it. What's cool about it is you can use it as one leaf and pop your flower in the center. You can cut one flower off, or I'm sorry, one leaf off, and you can use 2 of them on a flower, or you can cut all 3 of them off and use 3 separate petals. Yeah, the purses were a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. I could probably do another one of those classes if a lot of you weren't here then. That was a lot of fun. Did I pull that die out or did I put it back?
I think you just put it back.
I'm going crazy. Hi, Jimmy. I want to show you the tag we made tonight.
It's not.
These dies are all on my blog, the nesting tag dies. And then we made that peony flower using 3 Cheery Lynn dies, and that's also on my blog. Look at the dates. I'm sorry, you guys. I told you I'm going to give away a die, and then I put it away back in my envelope. So let me grab it, and I'll let you girls go. Cheryl, are you here?
No, she's on.
Is Cheryl still here? No, she is.
Oh, she is.
Angel Bug.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing this because you got kicked out the last time, so I want to make sure you have a chance. Okay, good. So hang tight there. Pat's going to write us down a number. Wait until you see the word go. I'm not ready yet. You've got to see the word go, and you're going to keep picking
1 to 15.
Between 1 and 15. Oh, thanks, Jimmy. Between 1 and 15. Tell me when to say stop because I didn't look at your number.
Stop.
Stop. What's the number?
Patrice. 8.
Okay, here's our winning number. Patrice.
She had it first.
You had it first. Tony, you were right behind her. Okay, so that one's going to Patrice. Can you put her name on there, please?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. All right, guys, does anyone have any questions? Yay, congratulations, Patrice. I'm going to head over to Facebook for a few minutes like I do after every show. So if anyone wants to chat or have any questions, you can ask me there too. I may do another show on Sunday. I'll post because I feel bad now. I didn't let Martha and Bluebell know that I was going online tonight. Thank you, Sharon. I think I'm probably going to stay with Thursdays. I might go on again tomorrow night now just because I told the girls Friday. So 7 o'clock tomorrow night I'll probably be on, and I'm going to do a card. Okay? I'll post it on Facebook and I'll send those ladies an email like I should have done for tonight. I do have a bird cage. In fact, Jimmy, let me show you this. This is on my blog. This is a big bird cage. And it's the whole kit. You get the flowers, the bird, the cage, everything. And I think I have 8 or 9 kits left of this. Yep, stop tomorrow, girls. I'll see you tomorrow night too at 7. And then you have it.
Oh, here it is.
Jimmy, I have this one on my blog under Kits to Sell page. And then I have these smaller ones, 5 for $10 on my blog as well. So you can go over there and pick either one of them up. And I have 3 dress form kits left. Let me show you that one. I only have 3. And you get the dress form and all the flowers to make this. To make it exactly like mine. Look at those flowers. Isn't that beautiful? I only have 3 of these left. These sold really quickly. People really like these. So I have the dress form and the bird cage. Comes as a kit. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Pat. I'm trying to think what else did I have over there. Just the dies that I used tonight are all on my blog as well. And then, like I said, I'll be back tomorrow night since I told the girls I would be. And I'm going to show another Cheery Lynn die, and I'm going to make a card. Oh, which one? The bird cage or the dress form? Yeah, I love both of these. I had a lot of fun with these. Yep, just go to my blog. Pat just popped the link and you can grab what you want. These are the dies that I used tonight for the tag. The background of the tag, you get six dies together and they nest. And that's what I used to make all 3 layers in the background here. This one, 1, 2, and 3. And then I've got 3 different flowers here for the peony. Here's one of the cuties. And here's the butterfly everybody loves. So, very pretty. I was real happy with that. Okay, no problem. Have a good night, girls, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. I'll be over at Facebook. Thank you. Night.